Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crypt Drip's show. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit about Binance and what it takes for a coin to really get to Binance. Because in all these Telegram channels, I see that everyone is just saying, "Oh, when Binance." When Lambo, when Binance, so when can I retire? Hold till Binance and then retire. So I'm getting a lot of this, and so yeah, people are just saying this in every single Telegram chat, and you guys need to know that Binance can only list so many coins, right? And especially to stay as a top exchange, they want to be adding quality coins and to maintain that reputation. So because of an exchange like Binance doesn't just become like what it is today by putting on random shitty coins. So you want to make sure you're putting in a good product coin and something that makes sense, something that really has value proposition, right? So that's something for a lot of businesses. They just kind of want to make the quick buck. They want to make the ICO, and then just they got the coins for themselves and wait for Bitcoin to go up. And it doesn't work that way anymore. You really want your coin to go up. Well, you got to do something for it. So Binance as a coin, I mean, I definitely see it going up. Definitely, I would say next bull run peak, I would say it will touch at least $50 minimum, and I definitely see that happening. So just something to consider if you were looking into buying Binance. I am not an advised person for crypto, so do your own research, but that is my opinion. So anyway, moving on. So again, with Binance, so I wanted to go over a few coins that did get added to Binance and what made them so interesting to Binance. And in my opinion, see, when you have your own exchange, you guys gotta kind of think of if you had your own exchange, right? Well, what would you look for? Well, you would definitely want to look for, well, are people trading it? Is it known? Is it even viable? So just like basic things like that. And Binance is becoming so much bigger that it's not just about the volume anymore. It's much more. It's much, because I mean, we know that Tron does so much volume per day, Ripple does so much volume per day, and I get it why they got on, but they're getting to a point where it's not just about the volume anymore. It's more about the reputation. So some coins that I wanted to go over. So first off, Loom Network. It did get recently put on Binance, and I wanted to go over why a company an ICO like Loom got in. Well, just going over the actual company in itself, it looks like they're trying to do a platform for online games and social apps. So really, they're just doing a platform. So the key thing here is platform, right? You wanna when you invest in coins, when you look at cryptocurrency, the top 10, for example, there's no dApps, right? There's no dApps here. It's all just platforms or protocols. So because each one is either a platform, so it's a protocol, platform, coin. I don't know what Litecoin does, but just a coin. I guess a platform. Right. So you guys kind of get the gist of it. So I feel that number one thing, you don't want to just be an app, right? Like a dApp. You want to actually be something more powerful and something more centralized that is like at the top, that's controlling things. So that's something to consider when picking your own coins. I'd say, just in my opinion, don't just look for the single point of advantage, but look at how scalable this technology is, especially with the APIs and um, you know well, mostly just the API, really, because that means it's scalable, right? Because a lot of these platforms, that's where they want their dApps to run off of. So they got games, social media, and everything like that. And I think another key factor, I mean, we kind of just went over a little bit about Loom, but it's also the team, right? what have they done? What are their connections? Like, connections is huge, guys. Like, this can definitely take you really far, especially with the advisors. I mean, people overlook the advisors. They just think, oh, is it someone that is like that looks academic and looks something that is in the position to really say anything. But you also want to see if there's someone that could go to Binance and be like, hey, I'm an advisor and for this coin, and I want you to put this coin on. And I am being in that powerful position, being a CEO of a venture capital firm, or being in a accelerator incubator. That speaks volumes, guys. That gives them more incentive. So these are some of the key metrics to look at, about a company. Aside from just the technology, you want to make sure you're looking at something. Hey, okay, well, do we have the people to push the product to the exchanges? Because it's the three P's, people, product, process. Well, the process, we don't really know what's going on. I mean, unless you're going to go meet the team in their country and whatnot. So it's hard to really wrap your head around that. But the people and product, I mean, you can definitely look at. And just having that check mark, being able to know that it's a good coin and has a good chance of getting on. So moving on, another one was Golem, that before Loom, it got on as well, and it did moon for a bit, and it let's check out Golem here. Golem, so it actually is a bit dropped down now because of the market, how it dropped. But yeah, look how far it went up, guys. From the just the April bear trend, and from just like 2 weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago, it was at 80 cents. So you could have, to 3x, you could have 3x your money, and that's in a bear market. That would have been massive. So it's just something to consider. But going back to the company, so look, so Golem it looks like they're building this powerful computing technology, a supercomputer that will allow people to solve problems such as like healthcare, genetics, machine learning, and then applying machine learning to other problems like financial, many problems. So this is big, right? I mean, this is a big use case. So you want to make sure the utility of the token or coin is going to be incentivized to being used. So that's something to consider. So when you're looking at the product, right, guys? So looking at the product, is it really usable, regardless of how you feel emotionally about it and what the charts say? I mean, you gotta actually just think about just looking at the business overall, because we could say, yeah, these are protocols and ICOs and stuff, but at the end of the day, guys, these are businesses, right, with teams, and that needs to be implemented by people. So let's go over and look at the team. So it looks like they have their LinkedIn. So let's check out the LinkedIn of the CEO, see how he is. Alright, so based out of Poland, and okay, Warsaw School of Economics. So he's a business guy, and he's an advisor at Horde. So yeah, it looks like, I mean, he does have a viable, real life experience. He seems pretty old, because usually the crowd is usually a lot younger. But having an older person involved in the industry of crypto is can be a lot, guys. It can be good. And I mean, this company's been around for a year and 6 months, so almost like a year. Yeah, so a year and a half, and it's just something to consider, because a lot of these new coins that are coming out are just just pumping out literally like so quickly now. And if you look at it, 5 days ago, all these coins were out. 9 days ago, just like another 8 of them. 10 days ago another 4. So so it's just something to consider. Like it's been a lot for a lot of people to just like wrap their heads around, and trying to reducing and trying to just simplifying their decisions, right? It's a lot. So, but as I mentioned before, using the 3 P's: people, product, process. It's definitely something to weigh, a method to boil down how you want to evaluate a company. So another company I wanted to go over was Bitcoin. So something interesting about Bitcoin is that they have their own Wikipedia. Like not every coin has that, and initial release date was 2012. So this was like pretty much same time as Bitcoin. So I think another key factor is knowing how long has the company been around. Like because as I mentioned before, a lot of people are conducting ICOs for that quick buck. They want their coin to double, triple, 10x, whatever, and then get out. And they have obviously 30% of the entire supply. So we're not talking just change here, guys. We're talking a lot of money. So it's something you want to consider. Is the company around for long term or not? So it's definitely something you want to look into when deciding on your next coin. So yeah, Bitcoin. It looks like they rebranded their logo. It was black before, and it's a nice, pretty looking website. And yeah, so I mean, it is professional. It's a nice website, and but I mean, I can't make these decisions for you if the people are good or not. I mean, you have to really look into every single person on the team. But clearly, the team has a lot to do with it, and they got a community, and just realizing if it's not just hype and what is past the hype. You want to understand, are they really delivering and not just looking to pump and get out? Because yeah, guys, a lot of these coins coming out, they're hollow. There's nothing inside them. There's no product being developed. They're just waiting for the bull run for Bitcoin. So it's just something to consider. You want to make sure you're putting it into a coin that that is behind a business that is there for the long term. All right. Okay, guys. Well, that's it for today. And like and subscribe, and check out my Twitter page as well. I just started it, Crib Drip. So yeah, talk to you guys soon. Cheers.